Well, hello. My name is Joanne and I am the Pin-Up Gardner. I'm pretty excited about my YouTube channel and sharing my home garden with you. I wanted to get off the grid and get away from the craziness of this world, so that's why I'm gardening. So I want to share some of my vegetables with you. My spinach is on its third harvest. These were planted October 12th, I believe, of 2021. Today is March 31st of 2022. So this is the third harvest. Well, will be my third harvest. As you can see, they're coming back in. Some of them I didn't know on spinach. You have to cut them with scissors and then leave the base in the ground and you can get a couple harvests out of them. Learning by trial and error, of course. And then, of course, over here, I planted arugula because I didn't know you can leave your lettuce in the ground, just like you can leave your spinach in the ground after you harvest it. So my dumb butt pulled everything up. And anyways, now I'm planting arugula. And then, of course, here's my carrots. They look amazing. They are almost ready for harvest, probably in another few weeks. These, again, were planted March 20th of 2021. And they're doing really well, but on this side of the house, they don't get very much sun. So that's just the way it is. They get a lot of heat in the summer months here in Las Vegas, but we planted them all through the winter time. And then here is my my cauliflower. The only thing is I haven't seen, there's no fruit. As you can see, no cauliflower. I know cauliflower is a vegetable, but in the gardening world, that's what I understand it to be called. When something fruits, it's sprouting its actual vegetable, but these have not. So I added some bone meal to the soil yesterday. Don't know how they will do, but we will see in a few more weeks. Hopefully my vegetables will pop. And then here we are, we have some really tiny little red onions. I just started planting these. You can see them kind of in a row. They're doing really good. Again, this side of the house doesn't get a lot of sun, so we'll see. Over here was cantaloupe and watermelon and summer or winter squash or something like that. Either way, none of these have sprouted or grown unless those there are part of my watermelon, which I doubt because I don't think they look like watermelon. As I mentioned, I'm new to gardening. I'm learning all this stuff. I think those are weeds. And then over here, you'll see my beautiful kind of messy area. These are all my salsa vegetables. Unfortunately, they're not popping. I think I planted them during the colder part of the month. So we are just now hitting summer weather here in Vegas. But we had a few weeks it was cold and even got below 30 degrees, and that's when I had planted those. And unfortunately, I think I burned myself by doing that. So I'll have to probably re-pull those up. So these are sweet potatoes I grew from the sleeves that I grew in a cup on the counter from the sweet potato itself. And there's 5 of them planted in there. They're doing pretty good. And over here are watermelon. Since I didn't get a good pop over there in the big garden, I decided to throw some seeds over here on the watermelon. So they're doing pretty good. They get a lot of water over here. So I don't know how well they'll do. Like I mentioned, I like to learn trial by error. And then I'm going to take you to my backyard. And eventually we're going to put in a greenhouse and raised garden beds over here in this area. But right now we're just getting started since October. So over here will be all my raised garden beds and my greenhouse. And then right there is my composter I've been doing. Pretty cool with that. And then here are my babies. They're all coming in. I'll show you. I just planted these 2 days ago, asparagus. Eventually I'm going to get rid of this container, planting them directly in the ground somewhere. I'm not sure where. These are my baby corn. Just planted these. They have not sprouted at all. There is some green peppers. Obviously nothing in there yet. Down there, I went ahead and planted some cauliflower. Or no, I'm sorry, some cantaloupe. I love cantaloupe, and on the other side of the house there was no sun. As you can see, I planted these 2 weeks ago and I'm already getting sprouts. And then there are potatoes from grocery store potatoes that had eyes on them. I went ahead and planted them. And yesterday I actually went ahead and pulled up one of the bushes that was in there because it was very rotted and dead. So I pulled it up thinking, okay, that one's done growing, because again, I'm learning by trial and error. And look at the little potato it produced. How exciting is that, right? All right, so with that, I am learning again by trial and error, and I keep covering these up with more soil so they don't burn the potatoes. Because if you didn't know this, if your potato turns green from the sun, it actually is poisonous. Is that crazy or what? All right, so here is my tomatoes. I did really well with these, thank God, because I've killed a couple batches of tomatoes over the last 3-4 months. And then my one little pumpkin, because again, I didn't get any pumpkins on the other side of the house. And this is celery, but you can't tell yet because it hasn't popped yet. And then my broccoli I've had no luck with, but as you can see, they're coming in. The other day I left these outside in the sun and they killed all the ones back here. So I went ahead and replanted new seeds in those since the soil is still good. So that is my garden. I am hoping to have a pretty good harvest this year. We will see. As you realize, I am learning but trial by error, and I'm looking forward to watching your videos and any tips and tricks that you can offer me. I am grateful. So we'll have a good day. We'll talk soon.